Alright, so as we all know, I am the #1 Rudius Glazer. Despite all that false liberal propaganda that people make up and alter footage of to try and make my goat seem like he's a predator when he's not, because that never happened. All that stuff in the barn and after his birthday, that was made up and falsified by people who aren't even Aris. Like, that never happened. I don't know what you're talking about. He's always been a good, pure-hearted man since day one. And, but yeah, Maganote really didn't, I don't know if he really put a lot of thought into the family trees he was making, or if he did it on purpose. Let's talk about that a little bit. All right, so a lot of very simple stuff. For example, there's not a lot bad. At first, Eris, her parents aren't related. Paul is not related to Lilia or Zenith. Zenith's family doesn't do anything. None of them matter at all. Cliff, he just kind of exists. He's got his own thing going on. It doesn't matter at all either. Alina Elise is Sylphiette's grandmother. Yeah, but then once we get to the generation with Rudius, it starts to unravel a little bit. Yeah. Cliff and Alina Elise. Alina Elise is Sylphiette's grandmother. Cliff and Alina Elise have a boy named Clive. Clive gets with Sylphiette's daughter, Lucy. Meaning Lucy is with her great uncle. So it doesn't really. Oh fuck. I'm sorry, not her great uncle, just her uncle. It's still weird, and it's even worse because Clive is younger than her. Clive is younger than Lucy. Lucy's born first, and then Clive is born afterwards. And then they have a kid together, as stated by Maganote. But that's not too... Fuck, why am I doing this? But that's not too important. Let's get back to the main Grey Rat family tree. We're not going to talk about how Eris is like Rudius' 7th cousin or some bullshit like that. We're just not going to talk about that. We're not going to worry about that at all. Norn gets with Ruijerd. Yeah, the Ruijerd that saved Rudius and Eris from the Demon Continent, and also escorted Norn and Aisha to the magic studio of Sharia Allah, Masha'Allah, prostrating while facing the Kaaba. Yes, he gets with Norn in every possible timeline. In the timelines where Rudius doesn't exist, he still gets with Norn. He saves Norn when her entire adventuring party dies in a dungeon. And in this timeline, Norn develops feelings for him as a little kid and does not let go of it. And then when Richard sees her again after she's a grown adult, he's like, she's so much like my wife, who I killed. Fuck you, Laplace. So yeah. A little weird. A little weird. And they have a kid together. That kid literally, if the two of them do not have a kid together, it's PAX for the universe, by the way. Hitogami wins. So yeah, that's not very good. And now we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of it. So Norn and Ruijerd, that's not even a incestuous relationship. It's just weird. Just like how Alina Elise and Clive is kind of weird because Alina Elise is like a couple hundred years old. But now we're gonna get into the deep dark of it. Rudius and Eris, who are both cousins, have a child together. Their first child together is a boy by the name of Ars. Ars is stated to, as a baby, be perverted just like Rudius, to hate to be picked up by Rudius, and to like to be picked up by Linia, Persena, Eris, and Lilia. All women who have big breasts. Ugh. It is stated that he would even pee himself a little bit. Rudius is even worried that Ars might be a reincarnator like him because he acted that way when he was a little kid, when it came to Zenith and Lilia. So, yeah. But, Rudius and Eris are two cousins. They have a baby together. That baby's Ars. Ars gets with Aisha, who is Rudius' little sister, from Paul's affair with Lilia. So, Ars gets with his aunt, with his cousin aunt.
Hey, here's a fun one I didn't notice until editing. Eris's daughter, Christina, gets with Ariel's child. Ariel, the only issue with that is that Ariel gets married to Luke, who is Rudius and Eris's cousin. Ew.
And by the time Ars is born, Aisha's like 15. So, yeah. In that story, Eris literally cuts off Ars' arm in a sword fight because she's so pissed at him for fucking his aunt. They're all really mad at him for fucking his aunt. Makes sense, But I think we should be a little more mad at Aisha, But Eris didn't cut off Aisha's arm. Just Ars' arm. But in conclusion, if I was Ars, I would have done the exact same thing!